Let's get into our war session. Today's topic, is password sharing illegal? I'm going to start off by saying I don't think it is. When I read this, I was like, password sharing illegal? I mean, hacking and stealing my password, I could see that being illegal.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
a service I pay for?
It's not going to be much of a war session. We're pretty much on the same page here. not going to lie.
So you're in agreement?
I am in agreement, yes. Because, like we work together on different projects and stuff, and it doesn't make sense for us to make two different accounts for the same project. So we go in and share passwords with each other, all the time.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah, we make this podcast, and we share passwords for all the stuff that this is.
And, one thing I'm thinking about is, let's say, you and I, we kind of do, movie reviews together.
Yeah.
For these war sessions. So let's say, you and I both want to watch Transformers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Transformers is only on Netflix. Not saying that as a fact, just using it as an example. So, to me, it's why should I go and, just start a free trial on Netflix when I know you being my friend will let me use your account?
Yeah. And plus, I believe most of the services now, they say that you can have up to 2 or 3 TVs watching this at a time, or up to 2 or 3 TVs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, on Netflix, because that's the one who's obviously calling it illegal right now, I believe you can have it on, one TV with their basic, and then when you get their premium, which is the only way you can get their HD stuff.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah, which is the $19.99. I think you can have it on 4 to 6 TVs at the same time. If you're paying for the service, why does it have to be in the same household? So
it doesn't make sense to me either.
Back when most people had just DVDs and Blu-rays,
yeah,
and streaming was new,
mm-hmm.
or even if streaming didn't exist, or with video games, back when people mostly had physical copies.
Yeah,
you bought that service for good. So once you bought it, you could play it, you could throw it in the toilet, you could put it in your oven, like it was your property. I'm being extreme, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want with it.
But you buy a physical copy of that game. It's your game. You own it. Not like the rights to the game itself or anything.
Yeah.
But you own that physical copy.
Yeah, you paid your dues. So, to me, this is me grabbing my Transformers movie and saying, here, you can borrow this and watch this if you want. And they're saying, well, that's illegal.
I'm wondering what law are you getting this from?
Hey, that's what I don't get. Okay, so sharing Netflix or something, if I was to let you borrow Transformers, I don't know why we keep on talking about Transformers, but if I was to let you borrow Transformers, I bought that movie, I'm letting a friend borrow it to watch it.
Yeah.
Right? Unless if you steal it, nothing illegal has happened. Even though it's going to be hard to prove that you've stolen something. But
mm-hmm.
So, I'm paying for Netflix, which is essentially me renting everything that's on Netflix. And I'm paying every month to have that stuff that's on Netflix.
Right.
So I am sharing that with you. So you get to watch everything that's on Netflix, essentially like me giving you the Transformers DVD.
Netflix is just ridiculous nowadays, especially ever since Disney Plus came out. I feel the reason why, just one of the reasons, besides the fact it's Disney, they own a bunch of stuff, but they started, I think their service started out as $12.99 per month, and I think it's $14 or $15.99 now.
Disney Plus?
Yeah.
I don't remember how much they cost.
I'm pretty sure that's the price for it now.
I believe you.
And and the thing is, that price is for their bundle. So that's Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN, all for $15.99 now.
Yeah.
Which is still
cheaper
than Netflix.
Yeah.
Who doesn't have a bundle pack? And their normal pack, I think, is $8.99 or something.
Yeah.
Which is half the price of Netflix itself.
I think the most expensive one is HBO Max, not counting Netflix, of course.
Yeah.
Because HBO Max is $14.99. But the thing is, that wasn't shocking to anybody because before that, it was HBO Go that you could add on to your Amazon Prime or you could add on to your cable network TV, which was $14.99. So when they went from cable to adding it on to like Amazon Prime as a channel that you could have it as essentially streaming, when they moved over to HBO Max, the app, it's still $14.99. So it's not like they charged more; they're charging the same amount.
Yeah.
So like people were prepared for that. But anything else, like Paramount Plus or Peacock or Funimation, which is almost not existent anymore because it's Crunchyroll.
Yep.
But all of those have charged $10 or less to watch. So
I'm pretty sure Verve is cheaper too.
Yeah. So I don't know what makes.
Here's the other thing. With the amount they charge, give me better content. Like, I get like we have things like Daredevil and Squid Game and Stranger Things.
Actually, I didn't put it on the news for today because you're limiting how much news we can give people.
There's only so much I can edit.
But Daredevil apparently isn't even Netflix anymore. It's Marvel's, Disney's now, and they moved all the. I don't know if it started today, but they moved all of the Marvel shows that were on Netflix over to Disney. Because there was an article that said that they didn't they left it uncensored, like how it is on Netflix.
Huh.
And that they're making another Daredevil series.
Okay. Well, that's cool. But back then, it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I get there are like a few great shows on there, but at the same time, there's only a few great shows on there.
Yeah.
And the reason why I stopped not watching like stuff on Netflix is because like it was mediocre.
I mean,
and they're charging
to each their own though, because like my mom, she loves Netflix. She likes all that mediocre show, which
I guess true.
To her, I guess is not mediocre. They're good shows. So I guess it depends on the viewer.
I guess so.
But the problem is if you find it worth paying $19.99, and you have it like have a good shows. I don't get if it says that you can have 3 or 4 TVs watching it at the same time. Why does it have to be in the same house?
I don't know.
Why are they being that picky? It's not like they're not making money.
And the thing is, so they have the same thing where it's like, oh yeah, you can have it on 3 TVs at a time, something like that. Yeah. So why does it matter if it's in the same house? You specifically say it has to be on 3 TVs, like at the most. I don't know how Netflix works, but. Yeah. So why does that matter? You don't say if it's in a different house. So why are you getting mad about it now?
Yeah. I did forget to mention when I was given the news part of that they do have an option for people who don't want to be illegal, that you can just go on the website and add a member for $2.99. So you can add your mom for $2.99 that can watch it in a different house.
Well, see, like.
But why do you have to pay more? That's what I'm getting at.
Well,
I guess I'm getting at why do you have to pay more, and why is it illegal?
Well, here's the thing. What's the punishment then if they're doing that? Because if I have to go and pay for like a different household for like $2.99 extra a month, but the punishment is like I have to pay $2.99 anyway, what's stopping me?
Yeah.
Nothing's literally stopping me.
I don't know if it really is illegal because, like I said, when I read it, Netflix put it in quotation marks. It's illegally sharing passwords. But I just think that Netflix is illegal.
And the thing is, like, how I'm still jarred at the fact, like, how is it illegal? Like, it's my account, it's my password. I can share with whomever I want.
Yeah. I'm going to stand... You know what? If they can say that sharing passwords is illegal, I'm going to say charging us $19.99 is illegal. I guess we all can make laws now.
I say charging us $20 a month for, in my opinion, mediocre content is illegal.
Yeah. So, do we got anything else to share about sharing passwords? Or
no, I think it's pretty much
the
it.
end of that topic?
I think that's the end of that topic.
What are we at? We're at
almost an hour.
Almost an hour? We got a little bit more time left for you guys. I think we can add one more little subject in just for you guys.
What are you thinking?
Turning Red just came out, and we were talking about it.
Sure that's going to be a little subject?
Well, we don't have to get into the details.
All right.
We've already both discussed, for different reasons. I think it's a 7 out of 10. He thinks it's a 7 out of 10. However, that was because I forced him to do a rating out of 10 because I wanted to see if it matched me or not, and it did. He has a different policy, which I'm going to let him explain, and he gave it...
I gave it a good movie sticker, basically. It's a fun time. And the reason why that is because, like, there are movies out there like Emperor's New Groove and Turning Red, and there aren't that many, I think. Most movies do get ratings, but I think there are some movies out there that are just made to be a good time, and that's it. And I think those types of movies shouldn't get reviewed, which is why I don't review them. I just give them a nice little sticker that says, yeah, it's a good time.
What was that, considering it's not really, we're going to debate or anything about it or not get too into it, but what was that article titled that you told me earlier?
Which one? I just tell you about a lot of articles.
I told you, I was like, wow, that was a really... How did I say this the right way without sounding weird? It was a really dirty movie.
Oh! You mean what I told you?
Yeah.
Oh, I told you it's Pixar's horniest movie.
Yeah. There's a lot of puberty talk and what
That's
goes
not
through
an
puberty.
article I read. That's my opinion.
No, I thought you said there was an article you read that said "Turning red is turning me red."
Oh no! Oh, that's yeah. It wasn't an article. It's a YouTube video. This guy put down "Turning red is turning me red." Pixar's fluffy movie.
I do think it is definitely worth anybody watching it. It is funny. It's just a little jarring, and not because I think it's inappropriate, just because I haven't seen a movie talk about these issues in an animation form that's not adult animation. But it was...
It's a solid movie. You should watch it.
Turning red is turning Marcus red.
I'm blushing. I'm blushies.
All right, that was just a little extra for you guys. We're not done yet, so don't say bye yet.
Oh.
I told you guys, which I will deliver, that we're going to have war sessions more planned out. And me and Marcus already have even more than just one planned out. We have like a series, like we're going to start watching the Pokemon movies one by one and reviewing them, but we're not going to do it every week because we don't want to just bore you guys with like 10 Pokemon movies. We have other subjects, and we still have Elden Ring in the works, where Marcus is going to play Elden Ring live for you on a day, and then we're going to do it in a war session topic of if he thinks it's as good as being in the news every week so far. We already got the copy of the game, so we just got to find some time to do that for you. That's not going to be next week. Next week's war session, I have to get Marcus's permission, but I really think this would be an interesting subject for anybody watching, including me. And that's...
What you got?
If somebody grew up not watching a film, for example, Star Wars.
Okay. But
somebody grew up watching it, like me, and I think you watched Star Wars, right?
I did watch Star Wars. I wasn't one who, grew up. Actually, no, I did grow up watching Star Wars.
But it's something with, a lot of fandom, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, we've had talks about it, but, people really love Star Wars.
They do.
And people really love, Lord of the Rings.
They do.
And, I think it's interesting because I have somebody in front of me that's never seen Harry Potter. So...
Oh, no.
I have the most curious thought. If you were to watch it, I don't want to debate about... I mean, we can debate about it. But I just want to know... How old... You're 25 now, right?
24.
24. I want to know what an adult that watches this movie thinks. I want to know if they're like, oh, that was actually pretty good, like a good adventure. I don't see why people are diehards about it. Or I want to be like, or maybe you'll be like, oh, I see why people are diehards about it. Or what did I just watch? But with your permission, I would like for our viewers and for us.
So this would be next week's war session then?
To watch the first Harry Potter. At which the subject will be somebody who's never watched Harry Potter
versus someone who has watched it
and what they think about it. We're not actually going to just go about the first film altogether, because if you ask me, I don't think the films are good until the third one. I think the first and second one are pretty corny, but I could see maybe how you watching it for the first time could see that as like a children's movie and how it's like kind of magically or delightful.
All right.
Or I could see how or you might agree with me that it's not one of the best ones. But if he agrees to this and he wants to do it, we'll talk about it next. Wait, do you agree? We got to let him know.
Yeah, I'm down.
He's down for you guys. All right, so next week, the war session will be somebody who's never watched Harry Potter at all until he's an adult against somebody who essentially grew up getting read Harry Potter, read the books as they came out, and then watched the films. We'll talk a little bit about how that differs, and then once we get into the second film, if we ever go to that, then we'll start talking about how the films hold up compared to each other. So next week will not be how the first film is as a whole, because you haven't seen the other ones. Obviously, you're going to be watching the first one.
We're just looking at the first movie as the first movie.
Yeah, we're just looking at the first movie as you're an adult. You're going to go see this movie for the first time.
What do I think of this movie?
And what do you think of this movie?
Okay.
And if you say anything controversial, I'll be here to debate you. That's why it's a war session. Whoop, whoop. High five, man. That's another wrap.
Of course, I'll be doing the same thing for you.
Exactly. If you heard last week, I sounded like a babbling idiot. But I was pretty tired last week, so I rewatched part of it, and I was going with some cans, and I was like, "What am I saying? I don't even know what I'm talking about."
Dude, last week I almost got lost in my own metaphors and stuff.
We both got a little lost in
there are times where I'm like, I'm holding cans. What am I saying?
But I bet you it was good entertainment. I thought it was funny to watch. I just thought I looked pretty dumb for a second. But Marcus brought up a good point. We started talking about what actually happened during that war session after. And he said that we should have kept it live and had a show called After the War Session, or Aftermath?
Aftermath, yes, it was Aftermath.
We could have a section called Aftermath where we go live again shortly after, and we talk about how the show went. I don't know if we're going to do that this week.
No, not this week.
But next week?
Something to think about.
Something to think about next week. We might have that Aftermath, and it will be like an additional show if people want to hang around afterwards. It will also be an additional show uploaded onto YouTube called The Aftermath.
If you're watching this on YouTube or if you're listening on podcast, then I'm guessing, well, you post a podcast once. I'm guessing it'll be a separate episode, but for YouTube, it'll definitely be a separate episode.
Yeah. Okay. I have nothing left to say as far as news. We still have no emails or 5-star reviews, right?
No, sir.
All right. I know that most podcast sites we are listed under now. We just are waiting on Apple, Google, and Pandora.
Nice.
But anywhere else you listen, except the 4 that are listed under Apple, there's 4 podcast hosts under Apple that are separate. But anywhere else, we should be live. Check us out. Share us with your friends. That's the show. I have nothing else.
Well, that sucks.
I'm sorry.
I got a ton of stuff. I was going to go on for 2 more hours.
Bring it in.
All right, bring it in.
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 Bye.
Bye-bye. No.
Yeah, it's that first day of first grade. That cute girl, your third day. That backpack, that snapback you've had since the 3rd grade. The first time you got laid, the worst time you got played. It hurt, but you're okay. You learn from your mistakes. Your friends.